Big news! Georgia Hunter Bell just won gold at the Commonwealth Games in the 800 meters, and she did it in a crazy way. Nobody saw this coming. She grabbed the lead right at the gun. Then she never gave it up, not for 1 second. She held off the reigning world champion the whole way to the finish line. But wait, there's more to this story. This is not just about one medal. This win says something huge about one of the toughest, most stacked events in track and field today. So let's dive right in. This all happened at Scottstown Stadium in Glasgow at the Commonwealth Games. Georgia Hunter Bell stepped up to a loaded field. Kenya's Lilian Odera was right there too, the reigning world champion. Hunter Bell walked in with a plan. She wanted to sit back in second place, let someone else lead that first lap, save her energy for a late burst. She talked about it right after the race. Georgia Hunter Bell: "I wanted to get out and be P2, so sit off the leader, but no one took it out, so I found myself at the front, so the plan changed the moment the gun went off." She stayed calm anyway. "I was like, I'll just take it but keep it slow," she said. "I'm not gonna full gas myself on the first lap, so I always knew I was controlled." She held a steady pace. She waited to see who would step up and challenge her. Then, around the 200-meter mark, Australia's Sarah Billings made her move. She tried to use the wind to push into position for a late attack. Billings explained her own game plan. "I thought if I was towards the back, I'd make my move on the front straight, use the tailwind and get into a good position. I tried to go a bit at 200, and Georgia responded straight away, more aggressively than I could."
Hunter Bell felt the pressure coming, but she did not just sit there and wait to get caught. She struck first. Down the home straight, she blasted away from the pack. Odera, the world champion, tried to chase her down, but this time she just could not catch up. Hunter Bell crossed the line in 1 minute 59.51 seconds. Gold! Odera grabbed silver in 2 minutes 0.58. Billings held on tight for bronze in 2 minutes 0.61. She missed silver by just 0.03 of a second. That shows just how tight this race really was, all the way down the field. This was Hunter Bell's very first Commonwealth Games. It was also her first outdoor global title ever. She led from start to finish, wire to wire. That means she was out front from the very first step to the very last one. That is one of the hardest ways to win any big race. Why? Because everyone behind you can see exactly where you are, and they all get a clear shot to run you down. Hunter Bell put it simply afterward. Now here is where this story gets even bigger. Georgia Hunter Bell is 32 years old. In running, that is considered late in a career. Most runners hit their peak in their 20s, but her road here was anything but normal. 6 years ago, she quit running completely. She just walked away. She got a regular job, no training, no racing, nothing. Then she came back, and ever since, she has kept getting faster and faster. In 2024, she won Olympic bronze in the 1500 meters in Paris. She even ran a British record that day. That was her very first taste of a global podium. In 2025, at the World Championships in Tokyo, she switched to the 800 meters. She grabbed silver, beating her own training partner, Keely Hodgkinson, by just 1/100th of a second. But that day, she still did not get the win. Lilian Odera, the same runner she just beat in Glasgow, took gold that night in a championship record time, 1 minute 54.62. Hodgkinson had just come back from a 376-day injury. She still fought hard for that silver before Hunter Bell nudged past her. Hodgkinson spoke about it after.
"That loss to Odera is exactly why this Commonwealth win means so much. Hunter Bell went back and beat the very runner who had beaten her before. And this happened in her very first Commonwealth Games ever. She almost was not even ready to compete. Just weeks before Glasgow, she got sick. So sick, she had to pull out of a race in London. But she pushed through it. She got her strength back just in time. Her heat went smooth, a win in just over 2 minutes. Her semifinal was even faster, under 2 minutes flat. Then she saved her very best run for the final, right when it mattered most. This gold also completed something special. Now Hunter Bell has an Olympic medal, a World Championship medal, a European medal, and a Commonwealth gold. She has stood on the podium at every major event in the sport. Almost nobody ever completes that full set at any age. She opened up about what this medal truly means to her. Lots of people reflect on being a kid and doing it for the kid version of yourself, but I actually think of the young woman version of myself, who was like 23, 24, and gave up. She also said, "I felt really calm. I felt calm. I really feel like I was composed. It didn't go to plan as in the race." That backstory alone hits hard, but it hits even harder once you see exactly what event she just won. The women's 800 meters right now is one of the fastest, deepest events in the whole sport. And this is not just about Hodgkinson and Odera. There is a whole pack of women pushing each other to run times nobody thought were possible. Start with Keely Hodgkinson. She is Hunter Bell's own training partner. She is also the reigning Olympic champion. Even coming off that long injury break, she still ran under 1 minute 55 seconds multiple times this season. That alone shows how insanely high the bar sits right now. Then there is Audrey Werrow. She is only 22 years old, from Switzerland. This year, she ran 1 minute 53.98 seconds in Stockholm. That is the third fastest 800 meters ever run by a woman, ever. A few weeks later in Paris, she went even faster, 1 minute 53.80. She just missed a world record that has stood since 1983. She is chasing history, and she is closing in fast. Now add Femke Bol into this mix. She is a two-time world champion in the 400-meter hurdles, one of the most decorated athletes in the whole sport. This year, she jumped into the 800 meters, an event she had barely even touched before. Hodgkinson reacted to that bold move. And get this, Bol's very first serious try at this distance already gave her a personal best, so just picture how wild this event is right now. A hurdles legend is reinventing herself in a brand new event, and she is already dangerous. That is the exact field that Georgia Hunter Bell now stands on top of. On paper, she is not even the fastest one in the group, but Hunter Bell just proved she can rise to the top anyway, on the biggest stage she has ever faced. That is the real reason this win matters so much. This is not just one gold medal from one meet. This is a woman who quit the sport completely, came back late, and kept climbing, one championship at a time until she completed the full set inside one of the most loaded events women's track has ever seen. Werrow is still hunting that world record. Bol is still learning the event, and she is already a threat. Hodgkinson is still building back to full fitness, and Hunter Bell just added a Commonwealth gold to everything else she has already built. After Glasgow, nobody will ever overlook Georgia Hunter Bell at the front of that race again.